Hey, everybody. We are live. I'm back. I'm back. I was watching Beach Beauties live and did not want to interrupt her live, so I had to push this special announcement live up an hour because I love Beach Beauty and I know she's back in swing, back in action, showing us some very phenomenal information. And I said, well, I got to go at 9 o'clock after her. So that's the reason why we're going at 9 rather than at 8 New York time. Anyway, welcome everybody. I'm not going to be on here long. I'm just going to cover some information that I've been working on. And it's about a special upcoming Sunday live with content creators that have consented to join me in regards to um, a work that's in progress. A work that's in progress. I want to welcome everyone to the chat. Big Papa, Nika Mills, Cheney 48, Sharon 70, Miss Lady Tia T-shirts and designs for moderating tonight. Much love to you. Thank you. Arlene Buchanan, Latoya Slater, Tanya Nicole, welcome. I know everybody is pretty much over, still in Beach Beauty's live right now. I think she's getting ready to wrap it up. So we'll just wait a couple of minutes for that to wrap up so folks can join us here tonight for a special announcement for an upcoming Sunday night live. I'm going to be doing it at 6 p.m. Sunday, and we're going to have on some special guests, content creators on board. And we are working. We are working. Chi-Town Fit Queen, how you doing? Is it keto silence? I would basically say keto silence. Welcome. Welcome. Since our last live, I've had a number of emails and communications from folks regarding, I guess, the direction that we're going in, which is an entirely new direction, a direction that needs concentration and a lot more strength to get behind. And so I'll be explaining a little bit about that as we proceed. And going forth, Majestic 716, thank you for joining us. Another moderator to join us in our chat. I hope you all had a pretty good week. I don't usually do lives on Thursday, but this one's important. We got Brother Boss Blake in the house. How you doing, brother? I've spoken to Boss Blake this afternoon in regards to an update and the work that we're putting forward. And Boss Blake gave me a double thumbs up. In fact, he just released exactly a good part of our conversation in a video clip. It's about maybe two minutes. His recent video update on what we're looking into. So if you're not subscribed to Boss Blake's channel, please do, because he is following the case, and we are working together in regards to escalating our efforts. That's pretty much what I call it. It's time for us to escalate our efforts and getting justice for Kenneka. Miss Beverly, welcome. And I'm just giving the room a little, just a few minutes, because like I said, once again, Beach Beauty is still doing a live. She's probably concluded right now. And she's really covering some great information. I hope to have her on board as one of the content creators to join in our efforts because she asked some very good, serious questions regarding the information that she's putting out about that lower level bathroom video regarding Kenneka in that area during that time. Going down the hallway, hitting off the walls, spinning around, hitting the staircase hand railing, abruptly catching herself, and then spinning around and walking past behind the wall into the men's bathroom, out of the men's bathroom, back around the wall. There's a lot going on there. And she's breaking that down extremely well from her point of view and from her perspective. And much love goes out to Beach Beauty 35. If you're not subscribed to her channel, please do. She's doing excellent, excellent work. Hey, Brother D. D is in the house. Welcome. Wow, my moderators are coming out the woodworks tonight. That's good. That's good. So, yeah, we're hoping to have Miss Beach Beauty 35 to join our content creators live coming up. Hopefully, I've been trying to get word to her, but hopefully this video will inform her that on Sunday at 6 p.m., we'll be doing a special content creator live coming together and putting together some information as to how to proceed from this point. That's pretty much what we're going to be covering. China Moon, welcome. So with that said, I'm sure that Beach Beauty has concluded her live. Much love goes out to her and her channel. She's putting out every effort, has been a veteran in this case, putting out every effort in regards to seeking and helping to get justice in this case. Oh, yes. Welcome, everybody. G Money, I see you pop up in here. Christine Canzano, thank you. We appreciate you, too. We appreciate all of you because I've been hard working on the phone this afternoon, answering emails from yesterday. So I put in a couple of days. And then right after, before then, I did the live in reference to bringing up subscribers who have been following the case because your input is just as important as our work as content creators on the case. And we want to we want to pool our energy, our strength, and our efforts going forward. The best way to do it is to start showing it, not talking about it, but start showing it. So from my channel to other content creator channels, we are getting ready to do some more show, but this time in actions rather than in words. In actions. Boss Blake called me the Godfather. No, I'm not the Godfather, but much love and appreciation goes to you. I'm a grandfather, but not a godfather yet. I haven't been in contact with the Coleon family and see if they can chip in and help us. Get the Coleon family involved. Kenesha 007, how you doing? Welcome. So tonight, I just want to jump on here and maybe just sort of like walk us through a couple of things. So I'm going to go into screen share a little bit and begin going through this. And we're going to share this. And we got it. Okay. Y'all can see my screen come up. And we want to focus on the content creator channels that have been popping on. Much love goes out to all content creators that have put their work on their channel in a playlist. Boss Blake has done so. Mr. Jackie Dragon has done so. And a few others. Big shout out to you guys for jumping in and making that contribution because it's coming close to that time. It's going to be coming close to that time, but we still have a little bit more work ahead of us to lay as the foundation in so that this way, when that time comes, we'll be able to have that up, running, and ready, like always. So, with that said, yes, Kay Lovely, welcome. Welcome, everybody. And our chat room is starting to grow. I'm going to be dropping a link shortly just for a few of the content creators that I've asked tonight to come up and just speak a few words. Hopefully, they'll show up in the chat room and join us for a few brief words in reference to uh, the video surveillance footage. There's been huge concern and major questions coming out of the video surveillance footage on all fronts, and that we have covered here in the series that I've done. Boss Blake has done. Truth for Reality has done some work. Malika from Queens of the Table has done some fabulous work. Amp Easy has done some great work, along with I Have Questions, Beach Beauty, Thriller Media, Straight Drop the Investigator, Corinne's Harris on her channel, Mr. Jackie Dragon on his channel, and several others that have been still working. All right, Amp Easy is in the house. I see you made it, brother. So yeah, so we're going to be making some steps in a new direction to see if this can be done. And Sunday nights live at 6 p.m. New York time, we'll begin to come together to begin setting up the foundation in which that can happen, and hopefully we'll be able to begin focusing our energies and our efforts in this new direction, because this is the direction uh, we believe collectively should be taken. Efforts have been done by content creators to put out FOIA requests, and those efforts have been done by several of the content creators uh, for us to find out information as to whether we can obtain the hard drive directly for ourselves. And that information is out there in the J4K community, and much love goes out to those content creators who's put out those efforts. I know Amp Easy is one of them. He's done extraordinary work in efforts of getting the FOIA request, filled in and sent out, and information pertaining to that, which takes us now to another step. How do we proceed from here? What's the easiest way to go? So Sunday nights live, hopefully we'll be able to crystallize that information as to what action steps in our game plan we can begin moving in. And speaking with him, speaking with Brother Boss Blake, speaking with Malika, speaking with Corinne's Harris, speaking with Straight Drop, speaking with I Have Questions, and a number of others. We're beginning to collectively begin to take our efforts and move our focus and our actions in that direction. So let me go here. And as I said, shout out to Amp Easy for being not only a part of the chat and the efforts for the J4K community and getting justice for Kenneka Jenkins, but also for his work on the case. He's recently put out some very good content pertaining to the camera surveillance monitor, along with the software that the cameras operate from. And it is extraordinary information. I highly recommend, if you have not subscribed to Amp Easy's channel, he has a host of videos that are extraordinary in capacity concerning the information regarding the video surveillance. Unlike, I would say he singled himself out in doing his own independent research, uh, pretty much isolated away from everybody else's channel, including mine, to really come up with some really solid facts regarding the camera, the microphone on the camera, the software operation concerning the microphone being able to be shut on and turned off, the manipulation of the timestamps, manipulation of a lot of the information that we have covered has been able to crystallize that now to get our attention focused on just what we need to be focused on. And that's the video surveillance equipment, software, the server that's behind it, et cetera, et cetera. So yes, big shout out to Amp Easy tonight on my channel. Much love goes out to you, brother, for all the efforts, and definitely take a look at his work, especially his recent work on the monitors. You know, regarding the cameras. You'd be surprised on what he found out. Great research, absolutely great research. Malika the Warrior is in the house, content creator. Much love to you, Malika. Thank you for showing your love and support for our channel and the work efforts that we're going forward with. I've spoken to Malika this afternoon. I've spoken to Straight Drop this afternoon. Hopefully he'll be able to join us in here tonight just for the update for Sunday. And this is my call for Sunday. I have Malika the Warrior from Malika Queens of the Table joining us on Sunday for a special live, along with Straight Drop the Investigator, along with Brother Boss Blake. And I'd love to have on the panel Amp Easy, Corinne Harris, if she has the time, Mr. Jackie Dragon, Thriller Media, Beach Beauty, Hell of a Chick. I have questions. I would love to have you guys as part of a discussion panel, excuse me, in regards to our findings, our research, our current comments, and to discuss certain things about moving forward. Amp Easy and I, along with several content creators, definitely agree that without having the video surveillance footage, in this case authenticated, it's pretty much where it is. It's pretty much where it is. And to have it just still standing for other content creators to show is not gonna solve this case. Forget spinning the wheels. We've got to do something with it now. So my thoughts were to have the video surveillance footage on the case files that's at the Rosemont Public Safety website, since they no longer will send us a hard drive, is to have that checked into for some kind of authentication. And those were some of my thoughts and ideas. Since they put it out and they deem it to be true, and they seem to stand behind it, great. All right. So it would be up to us to not only take a look at it, but to look at it and get it checked. And this is where our efforts are leading us right now. And much love goes out to, once again, Amp Easy for sharing that. And let me see if I got a notification here. Oh, I'm just checking something here. Sorry about that, Majestic. I'll get you back on here in a second. All right. I didn't want to take you off. My fingers slipped. When you're working multiple things, things can happen. All right. So with that said, Corinne Harris has just contacted me, and I'm going to Doesn't seem to have had the notification. Does anybody see Corinne's Harris in the room? Let's see if I can bring her into the room. So just give me a moment. Is Corinne's in the room? Anyone see her? Corinne's, if you're in the room, give us a wave. We've got other content creators in here as well. Yes, she's here. Okay. Okay, great. All right. Everybody say hello to Corinne's Harris. Much love goes out to her and the work that she's done on the forensic investigation of the case. I've spoken to her in regards to our upcoming efforts concerning what we're looking to do. And she has much information. There she is. Okay. I see you now, Corinne. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because I was going to drop the link and make it easy for you to say a few words. In fact, there's content creators in here that would interested to say a few words tonight. That would be great. But I wanted to have Corinne's just cover just a few words regarding our efforts going forward, and then put it together all together for Sunday, where I would like to invite the same content creators, Amp Easy, Corinne's Harris, to join us for Sunday as well. We've got Douglas Anderson that just joined us, another content creator in the Kenneka Jenkins case. Harry Furman, how you doing? 9 M, how you doing? Much love to everybody for joining us in tonight's special live. So, yes, moving right along, I wanted to give that shout out to Amp Easy for his work. Also, as I said before, Beach Beauty was just wrapping up a live in regards to the lower level bathroom photographs that she's still studying and bringing us information on. If you're not subscribed to Beach Beauty, please do. I love her channel. She makes you think. She asks the right questions, and then she makes you rethink certain things in regards to perspective. Regards to perspective. Much love to Beach Beauty for that. Let me see. With that said, Corinne's Harris sent me a video of some of her work concerning the concerning a closer look at some of the images that were photoshopped and some of the information that she was able to go over on her channel. And it's absolutely extraordinary as to what she's been able to find, locate, and share with us pertaining to the digital forensics that she was able to do on the current information that we all have. And so with that said, let me see if I can. I'm not going to play this part, but she really covers some extraordinary work on this particular video piece. And you can see the title, if I can move it up. It says, Kenneka Jenkins, was Photoshop used on some data, pics, and vids? Her answer is yes. And in this particular video piece, she covers that information along with a host of others in connection with this material. If you have not subscribed to Corinne's Harris for this, please do. Please do. Because this is vital information, critical based upon what we're getting ready to cover and move forward on. So much love to Corinne Harris for that piece of information she sent me concerning the metadata and a whole lot of other things. I was on the phone with Straight Drop this afternoon, and he was able to put together a quick video piece. And out of the discussion that we had, he was able to capture exactly, specifically, certain areas and elements of editing, masking, and I think layering is what we discussed and talked about. He just released this video this afternoon. It's called Can You Tell Me What You See? And he had a one-on-one with me, and we discussed the information here. And shout out to Straight Drop for covering some valuable information in this particular video piece, which is a controversial piece. This is the same video piece which is controversial in all aspects of the case, because you can actually see a lot of crazy activity happening in this video piece. And so I'm not going to show it. If you haven't seen it, get over to Straight Drop's channel in reference to checking out what him and I talked about this afternoon. You'll be able to see it. It's only 13 minutes long, but the information inside of it is vital. Vital. Much love to you, Straight Drop, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday for the live panel discussion, along with Malika, and hopefully along with Amp Easy, Jackie Dragon, Thriller Media, Beach Beauty. I have questions. Renz Harris. I wanted to point that out just for tonight as part of what we're going to be talking about on Sunday. Let's see what else here. Also, Thriller Media's work on the multicam project that he's been working on. I've been trying to get a hold of him to join us on Sunday, because he's also studied some great information on camera time sequencing. And if you haven't seen his work, please subscribe to his channel to go over what he's been able to lay out recently on his channel, and take a look at the in-depthness of what he's able to put together. And a lot of this falls in line with what we're looking to do. Reference to moving forward, to having some things looked at, finally. Having some things looked at. And along with, I have questions. Just released the video this afternoon in reference to missing reflections. Guess what? In the same area that Straight Drop and I covered in Straight Drop's video this afternoon. So definitely. And I don't know if it's a godsend or if we're spiritually in sync, but we're starting to talk about the same areas of the video surveillance footages that we are primarily interested in. And there were 8 places that Kenneka Jenkins showed up at the Crown Plaza Hotel on September the 9th, the morning of September the 9th of 2017. And these are 8 locations in which picked Kenneka up on camera, according to what the Rosemont Public Safety website had published and posted. And I believe these are the areas of focus that I would say our content creator team is starting to focus on right now, because I believe that these are the areas of concentration that really need to be authenticated. And if we can get this small little piece authenticated in some way, shape, or form, and we can pull together and discuss that on Sunday, because that's going to be part of the content. I think we can work some magic in getting some real good, solid answers as to the editing, deletion, deleted motion, freezing, pixelation, the grain of footage, the speed of the speeds per second of the video recording, the camera that was used, the software capability, everything. We can begin to fine-tune that information, then we can begin to fine-tune how they were able to basically try and get away with what they did. So if I'm just to check the mic, if I'm coming in loud and clear, please type a 1. Please type a 1 real quick. So yes, much love to IHQ for posting this today because it tells me that there are certain content creators that are starting to come into sync with each other for us to most finally begin to get some work done. I'm working hard, and I know they're working hard. I believe together, all of our energies and efforts, we can escalate this to a better position than where it is today. Thank you. I'm coming in loud and clear. Okay, Beach Beauty, 35. Welcome, love. Just talking about you. Hopefully, Beach Beauty can join us for Sunday. So, with that said, uh, that's what we've been doing on my channel. We've been pulling together the content creators, the heartbeat of the matter. And as I said before, I wanted everybody, but it's our list has gotten so small. It's a good thing. It's a good thing because now we've got a work team in place, complementing each other rather than going in opposite directions from each other is where it's at. So much love to you, Beach Beauty. Thank you for joining us. Much love to Malika, the warrior. Thank you for joining us. Much love to Amp Easy for joining us. Boss Blake for joining us. If Much love to Corinne's Harris for joining us. If 54 Keys is in here, much love to you. I don't know if she scrolled up already, but my hands are busy over here. So with that said, let me just do this because I wanted to have Corinne's Harris just give us a few words once again, just to refresh um, some information regarding the metadata extraction process and what we can do to find out if we can have that analyzed post data retrieval, from the case, since the police didn't do it, by isolating that particular part, can we still accomplish our goal? We still accomplish our goal. So with that said, let me come back to where we were over here. And we've got out of that. I'm going to drop the link in the room and just one at a time, one at a time. Okay, there it is. Make sure I got it. If Corinne's Harris can come up, that would be great. Okay. I'll come out of here. I know I'm slow with this. Sometimes you gotta, well, slow is good sometimes. I like slow too. Slow can be good. And I'm just waiting for it to pop up, and I think I got it. All right, you should be able to see it in a minute. Here it is. Okay. So the link has been dropped in the room, and that is for Corinne's Harris. And also, you know something? I'd like Amp Easy to also hit that link. Brother, if you could do that, and just for a few words, because a lot of the information that was gleaned from a lot of your work up to date is going to be the focus of our efforts for Sunday and our efforts moving forward from that point. So the link is there, and something says device cannot connect. So let me find my arrow. Okay. All right. So here, gonna add you to the stream. Oh, we got Corinne's. All right. Just give me a moment.
All right.
I'm working on it. I was working on it. See if we can get this in the
Okay.
proper frame.
Here we go.
Okay, well, we're moving right along. Oh, we don't want that one. See if we could do it this way. Oh, I know what to do. I think we can do it this way. Come on.
Okay.
Okay, now there we go. There we go. Boy,
There
I'm
we
telling
go.
you, computers drag sometimes. How
Lag
you doing,
time.
Corinne?
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, like that. Everybody say hello to Corinne. Show Corinne some love in the room. That's it. Corinne, I wanted to just have you come on board tonight just for a few words. I'd love for you to come back on Sunday because we're dag darn sure going to need your help to get through everything, all 7 points. Yeah,
Mm.
all 7 points of what we're looking to put together. So, welcome tonight. Welcome,
Hello.
love.
Thank you. Thank you. So
I'm
I
going
know
to mute
I
up,
know
and I
I'm
just
sorry.
wanted you to, yeah, I'm going to mute up, and I just wanted you to cover, I guess, just some of the information regarding the metadata extraction process and what we can do about it right now. Okay, so I'm
Okay.
muting up.
Okay. Okay. So metadata extractions. I want to say this. I'm going to say what I said from the beginning. Uh, Authentication has not been verified, so no one can speak to the integrity of the data. Now, when this hits the court, if attorneys decide to go down the path of my field, well, then that becomes question. Uh, like the police can get up there after the fact and speak to what was given to them, but they can't say was no alter, was no edits, because that would be hearsay. In order to say there were no edits, nothing was modified, altered, or deleted, you would have to be there to electronically retrieve this evidence, this data yourself. And you would have to speak to the way the data was collected, stored, and maintained. Now, on the onset, what should have happened was when the data was extracted, you get in there and you write block all of the hard drives in their volatile state. And the volatile state is when your operating systems are powered up. Because every time you power your operating system or any electronic down, an entire, completely new, different set of algorithms show up. So it is vital that when data is being collected across the internet through network, that you get every hard drive involved in that data collection, and that includes the cameras and their volatile state. So keep in mind, I have to remind people this: the police didn't collect the data. The general manager from the hotel turned it over to them. Not only that, remember this: it was when one of the police officers began to do an analysis. He discovered, well, it's red boxes in the kitchen. He had to go back and request that data. And then they gave that to him on thumb drives. So I want people to remember this. There was no continuous collection of the data from the start. In order to do that, the police should have sent in a forensic teams, or they should have done it themselves. You go in, you right block the system that night, you get a bit by bit copy. And I'm not talking about an image, because an image will read different from a bit by bit copy. You get a bit by bit copy of the hard drives, and you verify that the hash algorithms match bit per bit. That exact algorithm that was on those operating systems when it was powered up should be the exact algorithm hash values when in the copy that shows up in the copy. And that's how we on the forensic side can tell, oh, an edit occurred or some sloppy collection of data occurred. And all of this is challengeable when you get to court. So I want to say that. And so what I did from the beginning was I said, okay, the police put this out here. It's on their website. And keep in mind, the police did not create that website. The website was designed by someone else, American Eagle. So that's who designed the website. American Eagle say they designed the website, but the police made it. Okay. So the problem becomes I see the data on here and I'm saying, well, let me do metadata extractions to see exactly what is going on. And when you conduct a metadata extraction, it takes hours. You're not just using one forensic tool, you are using several. And the reason why you want to use different forensic tools is to verify that you get the same information from every certified free or open source forensic tools. You can use different ones. They just have to be approved in the court of law here in the United States of America, or else it's a no-go area with your information being admitted into court. So I conducted metadata extractions. And who shows up? And some of the video footage that I extracted, and it takes hours, is Julie Carnez, okay, on one of the videos. And she shows up and she's using Photoshop. And you can see layer by layer what she did. Okay, you can see she's changing it from a bit file to a TFF file. You can see the changes that she did in there. You can see the electronic device she was on. You can see the year. You can see all of that. And that's what metadata extractions are. They're getting underneath the hood electronically and revealing every digital fingerprint. So it becomes, you have to be really careful when even requesting a metadata extraction or asking to send it out, because what they will do, John, is they will go through everybody electronic device, because those fingerprints are all going to show up when you start getting underneath that hood and using these tools, so to speak. Then every electronic device that the information has gone through will show up in the metadata extractions. So, and with Julie Carnez, I have to go back to my beginning stanza. She wasn't there to electronically retrieve the data either. So she can't speak to the authenticity of it either. She can only talk about it after the fact. And that's where my issue has been from day one, is the fact that the police did not follow best practices. Because in our scientific technological engineering realm, we have best practices out there for a reason. We don't want the data altered. We want it in its rawest, purest form. We want it the exact way it came across the network. That's what we wanted. We don't want the error. We don't want the missteps either. Okay? And it would have behooved the police to just go in, get an all-inclusive warrant to take the electronics out of there after you right block the system and get the data from every hard drive. Not only did the police not do that, the first thing I was looking for was the serial numbers on every electronic device on the premises. Like what model, make, of camera is that? What model, make of NVR was the data being backed up in? Are there any databases on the premises? See, we need all of that information, because when you're conducting a real investigation from the forensic aspect, you have to go through all of that. You have to go through all of the hard drives. You need all of the information. So it was extremely important. And you need all of the information in its volatile state when the operating systems are powered up. So we don't know if they powered any operating systems down. We don't know what they did, because there's no chain of custody for it. And all of that is extremely vital.
Right.
And we don't have information. And then no one, I'll say it again, and I said it from the beginning, no one can tell me that there were no edits. We'll prove it. Show me a bit by bit copy that's been authenticated. No one has produced that yet. And that's why I called this Kendrick Johnson 2.0. That's why I called this case Kendrick Johnson.
Absolutely.
We have no, we just don't have it.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Corinne, for that. Just that refresher, so that everyone knows right now who's in our chat room, and our chat room is still growing, moment to moment, in regards to data collection, on how important it is.
It's
And
vital.
God bless you, Corinne, for being on our side of the table, and going into a focus right now on the on this aspect, that we're getting ready to take some steps. And much love to you on being on board with our efforts to take these steps. And I thought Amp Easy was going to jump up here just for a few
So
words based
can I
upon
ask a
his.
question? Can I ask a question really quick, if you don't mind?
Yeah, yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
So my question is, because at the beginning when I called Detective Delacova, and I made sure I showed it in a live stream, what he said was, because it was hearsays circulating that uh, copies of the original hard drive were being sent directly to people's home. Detective Delacova verified that no copies would be sent to anyone's home, and all of the information they had was right there on that website. Now, I have him on record saying that in the beginning, and I already knew they did not have authenticated data. So I knew what I was saying when I called. So I already knew you wasn't going to send an authentic copy of anything because you weren't there to collect anything. There's no chain of custody for it
Right.
prior to it hitting their hands. And it's the fact that one of their police detectives discovered after the fact that, oh, red boxes are in the kitchen. So now we need the data for that. Now, see, this is why you need to follow best practices from the beginning and the start. It would process have eliminated all of this. Then real forensic experts could have came in, conducted their analysis, and we could say here, here, and here. Now, on one of the videos I did pertaining to synchronization, my theory, and I never said it in the video, but I always had it in my mind, was when I said, oh, this timestamp is showing from 2016 and this timestamp is showing from 2017. Well, I never said it, but my thing was, oh, they didn't reset the network. They didn't reset the electronic device that they were recording on. So everything lined up. I said, oh, or it could be that you have viruses, worms, or Trojan horse. See, when you have viruses, worms, Trojan horses, or any type of thing like that on an electronic device that's capturing data, the data will show too. That will mess the data up. That will throw things off.
Right.
So you have to factor
Right.
in everything. You have to factor in everything. And some people, like I said, I have to stay professional with it. I can't go down to anything that I know would not be admissible in court, because I'm not going to jeopardize my integrity being in this field, and I don't want to do anything to jeopardize this case. Now, I stand on what I say and will go in courtrooms and say it, because I have been in the courtroom to speak on certain cases as it pertains to electronically stored information. Like when people want to talk about cameras on the network, I said, so a camera represents a node on the network. If that camera was down to the Crown Plaza, where they said they had all these cameras inoperable, I find that extremely suspicious, because when a node on a network, and it could be a camera, it could be a printer, and the like, when it goes down, you know it's down. It shows up in the network. It shows up on your network report. These are down. And it's your responsibility to fix them. It'll show up in the network report. You can see it
Mm-hmm.
right away. So I just, a lot of things pertaining to this case is extremely suspicious to me. And then I want to also throw
Right.
this out here. On the 9th floor, there was a camera. Has anybody seen any video footage from the 9th floor? It was a camera that was operating. Did anybody see that footage? No, we have not. See, and I can't trust Crown
Oh,
Plaza. I just
I
don't
have
trust
no.
it. I don't trust it. They started off wrong, all the way
Right.
around.
Yeah, they did. They absolutely did. And much love for you to jump on with us for a few words tonight in reference to that, because that does set up the foundation of
It
the work
does.
that we have ahead of
Authentication.
us.
That's right. That's
And
right. And
exactly. And that's why I came to you.
that's the key question. You want to, who can authenticate this data? And so when I did get to
Right.
Rosemont on the ground to the reporters, I said, excuse me, do you all have a bit by bit copy of original hard drives from the day the incident occurred? And they said no. I said, well, that's why I'm here. I'm going nowhere. So don't sit up and say we're just coming up with conspiracies, because we're not. It's people out here who really know what they're talking about. And you don't have it and you didn't press them on it.
Right.
Well, now I'm getting ready to press you on doing your job.
Exactly. Exactly. But I'm going to that was a good synopsis of everything that I know, uh,
Mm.
that sends me positive vibrations on the direction that we're looking to take in this case right now. I'm trying to get
Hey,
Amp Easy to come up. There you go.
and if I could just do a
Yeah,
few rules really quick. So,
Amp Easy, how you doing, brother?
hey, Amp, rules of preservations. And so you want to look at Rule 26E. You want to look at Rule 37E also when it comes to federal rules of civil procedure for electronically collecting and preserving data. You have to go back and look at the law. You have to go back and look at the law. Now I'm done.
Right. All right. Thank you so much, Corinne Harris, for joining us this evening and sharing with us the basic foundation of what we're trying to collectively pull together and get moving into a direction of positive results. I believe with our efforts, we'll see a big, huge change in the direction, because I'm hoping that on Sunday, which everyone definitely mark down on your calendar, Sunday at 6 New York time. We're doing a special live with content creators. Straight Drop is going to be on. Malika the Warrior is going to be on. I hope to have you once again as a part of that. I hope to have Amp Easy on as a part of that, along with Miss Beach Beauty, Boss Blake, Mr. Jackie Dragon, Gorilla Media, Hell of a
Thriller
Chick,
Media is good.
and the
Thriller Media is
incomparable
good.
I Have Questions. Yeah, I Have Questions. So I'm reaching out to them to collectively join together in reference to moving forward with this camera, video surveillance footage, software, metadata, everything, to see if we can put together some kind of way to where we can take this information and move forward with it. And I believe we can. And with your help, and along with the other content creators that I've mentioned, I think we can begin to move forward. And I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. I'm very positive about it.
Okay. I'll stop
Absolutely.
talking.
Well, thank you for joining us.
I'll stop talking.
And I'm going to bring on
I'll
Amp
mute up.
Easy.
I'll
How you
mute.
doing, brother? Okay.
I'm chilling, John. What up? How you doing, Miss Harris?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
What's going on?
I'm very good. Thank you for joining us. Yes, definitely. Thank you for joining us. I know that there's a 10-second kind of lag between us, but much love for stepping up. And I wanted you to, I guess, say a few words and as a summary, if you can, based upon your findings about the camera and the software that you're really working on.
The camera. I actually got rid of the camera. I didn't get rid of it, but I shipped it off to another creator that I felt would, put it to good use. Maybe come up with some findings, because I really didn't have the time to mess with it. So I only did a minimal amount of investigating into that camera, but there were a few things I learned. He's actually going to look further into those things. He's going to put that information out there. I wanted to make sure it got put to good use. But what I've learned, I mean, there's really no investigating that I've done. I mean, I came to the conclusion very early on that that there was some bogus going on. You know, that we all know the procedures that they told us that they went through, and as far as collecting everything. And I mean, with that being said, it kind of like put everything to a halt for me, because right then I know, you know, I'm like beating my head against a wall. Basically, you don't have nothing to work with. You do, but it's just for what, entertainment value, more or less. And I kind of, you know, I wasn't really doing much investigating after that. Every video that I put out, for the most part, is centered on exposing the fact that there are some questions about the surveillance video, or the photos, stuff that we've seen. I mean, that's generally the focus of my videos and what I try to put out there, because I believe that that's the area to attack. That's their evidence, and that's what needs to be attacked.
Right. I know that Kenneka Jenkins put up on video surveillance footage, and these 8 specific locations take us from the pass elevator all the way to the upper kitchen. And each area that she walked, she was captured for a few seconds here, maybe 30 seconds here, a minute here, et cetera, et cetera. And I was thinking the area of focus, of concentration, in which we could begin taking a look at possibly authenticating, you know, for the value of what they have given us so far. That would be the a work study to begin moving forward on, you know, checking on that video surveillance footage that they made public on their website, see if we can have that taken a look at post data retrieval, as Corinne's talked about, and having it analyzed for the metadata collection. And if we can find any inconsistencies there, we can also deem other inconsistencies within the body of those 8 locations or 8 cameras. Now, in your investigation, you held that camera up close to the camera that you were in front of. Did that camera have a microphone?
Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Yeah, the camera do got a microphone.
Yes.
It do have a microphone, but it also has within the settings, the configuration, you could disable the microphone. You can mute it so that it's not recording on any it's not recording on any of the channels. But yeah, it does come equipped with a microphone. At least that model that I had here, the 7135.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, can I say something pertaining to that? Capturing audio on premises like that. Many times it becomes a factor of eavesdropping in that specific facility, being sued for eavesdropping on others' conversations. So oftentimes they may disable the audio, but keep through every data capture, there's always sound. Always. So the flip side of that for them becomes, okay, if you are with these surveillance cameras on your premises, did your employees or your guest give any type of consent or permission for you to record what they are saying? Because if they did not, then you get flagged for eavesdropping. And so I can, to a degree, see why, if they did have audio disabled, why it was, because they could get sued for eavesdropping. That is illegal. You can't do that by law. You can get the audio, but
I agree with you. That's true. You know, they have laws that they have to deal with.
Yeah, you can get hit with an eavesdropping lawsuit. So when I did a bit of audio extraction from the metadata extraction that I did conduct, what I heard was a bunch of static, and I said, "Oh, okay." Now, I said this would have to go to the audio experts, because they, through all that static, they have the tools to get beyond the static and start actually picking those voices up. There's some powerful forensic tools out there that would allow you to do that. I said picking up the audio is not my genre. My genre is conducting the metadata extraction, seeing what happened, where it happened, who did what type of electronic device they were on, what time it happened, so on and so forth. And when you get into this field, you need to know it takes hours. Like each metadata extraction I conducted is not like a boom, boom, bam. When you're using real certified forensic tools, it takes hours to process these videos through there. I'm talking about hours for every different algorithm you have to process through there. For all of these, it takes hours to conduct this. It's not a boom, bam. And so a good investment for anyone to make who are extremely serious about going into a field of forensics or any type of field investigating anything like this is definitely have a supercomputer that can hold terabits of data, because you are going to need it. You're going to need an excellent processor, because when you are conducting these, they will pull on your processor. You need a ton of storage space for the amount of data that's being collected and that you investigate. You need supercomputers with excellent processors. So that's just something I wanted to throw out there. If anyone should be really interested in just sitting down and just going through everything with, and you don't just get a certified forensic tool right off the back like that. Like me, like I said, I'm in the field. You know, I could. It's different ways I know I can get to things, but there are some open source tools out there that are just as good, and there are some free tools out there that are just as good, and you get the same information in all of them. It's just the matter of how the United States want their electronic information admitted in the court of law. They want your stuff to be certified and has to meet a certain standard over here.
Right. Definitely. Thank you so much for that information, Corinne's. And Easy, I know that you and I have spoken, and we've gone back and forth in hangouts in regards to, I guess, direction, approach, and things of that nature. And I hope you're going to be around on Sunday. I hope Corinne's you'll be around on Sunday for the Sunday Live. In reference to that discussion, because now we're going to tie in a lot of little pieces of information that look maybe like it might not be heavyweight, but crystallize into an action step. And by yelling us the camera has a microphone, also gives us information as to whether the microphone could be manipulated. Yeah, as you said, it can be through the software program that they used, along with the timestamps, along with any other valuable information of manipulation that the software can actually perform in creating the video pieces that they put out on the website. We've seen enough of it, both from the website and from the media and from YouTube and from everyone else grabbing a hold of it and trying to make sense out of it. Now I want to take a look at the real minute, tiny things that make up, let's just call it from the micro to the macro. We already discussed the, but now we need to focus on the micro, on the cause and effect. And I think, what Corinne's had said and made a contribution of regarding the forensic stages of really analyzing and investigating this information, and then you doing your own independent research, investigating the camera, investigating the software. The two of you, along with other content creators that we're going to have on board on Sunday, I believe tying this information now into into a new narrative, a new direction, I think we can make some headway and move this thing in the direction that it needs to go, to have the authorities contacted. But before we can do that, we have to do our homework and put together the info that will allow them to actually begin taking a look at what we're trying to let them have a look at. But yeah,
Right.
all of your information has been right on point. And yeah,
let me be clear, John.
I know
I
you
never
had a couple of other things to say.
Well, I never investigated the microphone. I didn't investigate really anything. I just wanted to look at a couple general concepts about the camera. All the micro investigating I was going to leave for whoever decides to hopefully reevaluate this case and let them do the investigation. I'm not an expert in any of that stuff, but yeah, I think it is. I think it's the right direction. You know, I mentioned it to you a while back that this is the direction it needed to go. And I had Humongous D. He actually helped me draft the FOIA that we sent. And although it wasn't under my name, it's on there though, but it's not under my name. But we sent that one. They approved it. They wanted an address to send the hard drive to, but it stalled out at that point. I'm sure you remember we talked about that at that point. But they are willing to put
I remember.
They're willing to put the files on a hard drive. They're willing to do that, of course, at the requester's expense. And at that point, we hadn't determined which facility that we were going to employ to have them do the analysis. So it kind of stalled at that point. And we didn't, the community support was a question. So I,
right,
it all along.
right.
But yeah, I think
remember that.
path. That's the exact path to go.
I got my hand up like I'm a Can I ask a question? So are you talking about after the fact? I got my hand up like a kid. Are we talking about after the fact in terms of them sending a hard drive? Because like I expressed when I got on the ground, the only hard drive I'm interested in are the original hard drives that actually captured that data going across the network. No other hard drives am I interested in, and that includes every node that was connected to the network on Crown Plaza premises that day. All of them.
According to Rosemont, only thing that they have from what from my gathering of what he said, the only thing that they have is what's on the site, because I asked some specific questions about the native file formats and so forth. But he said, well, what's on the site is what they have. That's all they have. And I asked him very specific questions to key in on that, including the Pharaoh scan files, the native program files for that software. He said that that's all they had. So I would assume that that's what they based their determination of accidental death off of, what they claim is on the site now.
And Detective Delikova, when I talked to him years ago, he said the same thing, that that's all they had. However, like I said, my issue becomes from technical aspect is you didn't go in there to retrieve anything. So you're not going to sit up and tell anybody in the technical field anything, and nothing's been authenticated.
Right.
You don't want to go into court with us and play those games. You really don't. Because we're going to hit you right there. Authentication. Did you yourself, first person, collect that data? And if you collected the data, how did you collect? How did you store? And how did you maintain it? Because you have to follow protocol. What was the temperatures? Did you have on any jewelry? Did you have gunpowder? I mean, because you can easily manipulate data with what you wear. Data is extremely fragile. And that's why there's a process of best practices to follow. So no, like I can only go back to the beginning. The police can't tell me anything about anything because they weren't there to retrieve anything in the beginning. So what can they speak to? They cannot speak to the authenticity of the data. They cannot. We have no chains of custody pertaining to the data prior to it hitting their hands. We don't even know what the backup policy was from the Crown Plaza Hotel. See, all of that should have been on a chain of custody document. We don't have it.
Right. And this is the reason, this is the definite reason why this is critical information to begin pursuing, and which we are now pursuing. as a direction to go into, because it hasn't been truly investigated thoroughly to satisfy any of open questions that we've had since day one. You see, so thank you so much for your input, Corinne's, on this critical, vital area that we're focusing in on. And Amp Easy, thank you for your love and support and contributions that you've made on your channel in regards to the information, as much of it, as little of it, as is all of it, that you have been able to do in your time schedule and everything. It's much appreciated because it plays a very critical role in the direction that we're going in. And to have the both of you on board tonight in this, special live, working up to Sunday, is a vital step in setting up the foundation to do just that. And so, with that said, thank you, Aunt Easy, for coming up. Thank you, Corinne's, for your love and support and contribution. Definitely, if you're open on Sunday at 6 p.m. New York time, we'd love to have you because we're interacting in a way right now to where I believe if we can crystallize everything going forward, we make a huge impact. So thank you so much. All right, Amp Easy and Corinne's Harris, everyone. And that's just a start. Douglas Anderson, if you are going to be free on Sunday, Amp Easy said, my bad. If you're going to be open on Sunday at 6 for a discussion, I'd love to have you. Because you put in there some very good information in the chat room in reference to part of the direction that we're looking to go into, and it seems like you're on the right track. So if you can join us, Douglas Anderson, for that discussion, we'd love to have you. Please say yes, because that's the only answer I'm going to accept. Watch out, squad. How you doing, brother? Another content creator. Most definitely. Much love to you. Thank you for joining us. And that's just a hint of the direction we're going into regarding the Kenneka Jenkins case. Okay, coming to you from other content creators as to where we're looking to go. So I didn't want to be on here long, just to give just a little bit of a peekaboo, if you will, as to some of the upcoming lives presentations that we're going to be getting into, the direction we're going into, the information that we're going to be covering, and a lot of the follow-up steps that I'm going to be taking in reference to making sure that this part of it gets followed up all the way. Okay? If it costs any money, I will let y'all know. Most definitely. I will let y'all know. And if something is set up in ways pertaining to the security of any type of donations or any type of funding for a specific project to have this information analyzed professionally, I will definitely have that information and posted because we want to secure a chain of custody at the same time, so no one thinks that we're out just giving money away to just anybody. Okay, so we're working on that part as well. So I didn't get an answer from Douglas. Did Douglas say yes? Did Douglas say yes? Oh, I'm shy. I don't speak much, but I watch and observe a lot. I know you do. I know you do. But you over there talking. You over there talking, so you can put some words up here for Sunday. You have been one other content creator on the theme of this case. You've always asked the right intelligent questions about it. You've always challenged bogus information. And you've always been genuine. You've always been real, and so only real people that have that kind of intelligence and that kind of observation. Yes, Oh, you giving me a maybe now? You speak like hell. Malika said you speak like hell in the chat. Oh, yeah, he can put up a storm. And, it's so much to write. Now you're giving me a we'll see. Okay. But it doesn't have to be much, Anderson, Douglas. It doesn't have to be much. Your perspective as to what you've been able to cover, and most likely the direction this case needs to go into. Because we're having a lot of good, positive background and support behind us, now moving in the direction that we're looking to take. So to have you on board, since you're J4K, you support our efforts. We'd like to support yours as well. So having you on board is going to be important. Having you on board is going to be very important. So yes, Sunday night live with John Q. We'll have Straight Drop the Investigator, Malika the Warrior, also Malika from the Queen's Table. If you're not subscribed to Malika's Queen's Table, please do. She's covering some current events, major news events concerning multiple different cases. George Floyd case, Kendrick Johnson's case, the Brooks case, Ahmaud Arbery's case. I mean, a host of cases on her platform. And she's really digging into the details and following up on case results. So much love to you, Malika, for doing that. We've been focusing in on this new avenue that we're looking to take. And so I know you've asked me to join you a couple of times, and I had a car problem, and I got a crazy clock going on my side. But we'll definitely hook up. Queen's Roundtable, most definitely. One good channel that for the ladies and the guys. It's not just for ladies. It's for the guys too. They want to hear what the fellas got to say. So please, subscribe and step up. Malika would love to hear you. Also, Lanice and Kenesia. They'd love to hear what the guys have to say. Most definitely. Most definitely. A44 girl for life. How you doing? Boss Blake, yeah, definitely. We look forward to having you for Sunday and covering some of the current work that you've been doing, and also in support of the direction that I talked to you about over the phone. We're going to be making some major steps. It's going to happen quickly because that's what I believe in: results quickly but thoroughly. Results quickly but thoroughly. Make sure that we cover all the bases going forward. Yes, thank you for posting that, Majestic 716, Sunday, 6 p.m. Subscribe to my channel so you get the notifications. I know YouTube has been, quite selective from time to time in posting notifications. So that's why I wanted to shout out the time. I will be posting the actual live later on tonight for that event. And in this way, you can go on over and, just click the bell or the like button or whatever, just to let me know you've been there. And it tells me a little bit of the attendance that's going to be there. But yes, we're moving forward. And then having several more phone calls to make. I hope to get in contact with I Have Questions in regards to the part of the forensic work that they've been doing. In complementing our efforts going forward. Their awesome video work has really been profound in laying out a lot of the crucial areas that we can look to have the video surveillance footage looked at, and on and on. And this is the reason for their participation. A chance to listen to tonight's live. I want to try to kind of make it short. I know I've been, doing 3 and 4 hour lives, but it's not enough time. With all this information, it's not enough time. There are other folks out there doing much longer lives than me, and seem to hold a pretty good audience. So I figured that if we can begin to streamline our work, we can also streamline our time. When you're dealing with this work of this magnitude, where there's a lot to cover, you want to just take it as you can and deliver it as intelligently as you can, in the best way that you can, so that there are no misunderstandings, there's no misconceptions, everyone's on the same page, and this way we can all begin to move forward with clarity rather than with confusion, as this case had unfolded in the time past. So much love to all of the content creators tonight for showing up. Much love to my moderators, Lady Tia, Majestic 716, for showing up and supporting and moderating tonight's chat. I know notifications have been crazy, you know, but that's why we're trying to post it out early, so you won't miss that live and the many lives that's going to be coming behind it in reference to results. I want our lives to begin producing results, and so that we begin reporting what these results are as we wait for new information coming from Teresa Martin's legal lawsuit case that she has ongoing right now within the courts. Her last court date was June 16th, and we're getting updated on that. And yes, Majestic, I hope 54 Keys can join us as well. She's done some very important work on this. So, if anyone can reach out to 54 Keys, I know I have her email. And she tried to come up on my live a couple of times, but that didn't make the connection. So hopefully she'll be around on Sunday to join us. Beach Beauty, once again, much love to you, and hopefully you can join us, because you've been a major part of the work as well, along with all of the other content creators that I've talked about. We're not done. We're just getting started. And yes, this process should have taken place a long time ago. But I guess we had to go through a growth cycle on YouTube. We're still going through a growth cycle on YouTube, but it's starting to streamline, thank goodness. We're starting to find some solid connectivity with a lot of the folks that have joined my panel, not only my panel, but Malika's panel, Straight Drops panel, Corinne Harris's panel, and so forth. So we're beginning to start to make some connectivity, and amen, that's where it really needs to begin. It should have started that way a long time ago, but we had to go through a growth cycle. God says be patient. Once you plant a seed, you have to give that seed time to nurture the ground to nurture the seed, the water to nurture the seed into the ground, and give that time to sprout up and create fruit for itself. And obviously, as Malik has always said, I've always said, you can always tell the fruit on the tree, whether it bears good fruit, whether it bears bad fruit. Either way, we'll find out what kind of fruit it does bear, most certainly. And so hopefully, the work that we've done bears good fruit in your eyes. So far, you've been supportive of my channel, and I send much love out to everyone for doing that, because that's what keeps us working. And we bring you the very best that we can get, the best that we can investigate, the best that we can find, but not only that, the best that we can get results with. Because if we can pull this one off, we can get the right information over to the right people to begin building momentum into the area that this case should have gone into a long time ago. And I agree with Douglas Anderson, along with the other content creators. Yeah, this should have happened a long time ago. Most certainly. But now it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And at the same time, too, maybe some positive information comes out of the courts as well. And we'll be able to collect that and fine-tune that in our work moving forward. With that said, I'll see you guys Sunday night, 6 p.m. New York time, with content creators Malika, Straight Drop, Ross Blake. Hopefully Amp Easy can come back, Corinne Harris, and a host of others. Hopefully Jackie Dragon can join us. Thriller Media, Beach Beauty, Hell of a Chick. I have questions. And then we'll take it from there. We'll take it right from there. With that said, as I've always said, I got much love for all of you. And you know I do. Stay blessed and be well with Godspeed. We'll see you Sunday. Take care. Good night.